Alrighty, you recall the entity gang stalking me after 5 p.m. where the entity in unit number 41 is gang stalking me via their kids at 5:17 p.m., 5:18, 5:19, 5:20. This is the same apartment where I stood. That was just days ago. This is 9:42 in the morning where the fake sun is over the top of my head. It is here for the criminal purposes of a whole population that's residing, by the way, at Woodside Senior Apartments, a facilitating venue. RGS is indeed gang stalking. You see them under the fake sun after 1 o'clock in the afternoon while it's over the same apartment building over me. And this is a reflection of a fake sun. That's not natural light activity. It's not even the sun that's reflecting off of the window. You're looking at the demonic. All right. The fake sun that's over here on this side of the building is not perfectly reflecting off of this vehicle over here that's parked underneath the structure at this low elevation. Okay, the entity has the fake sun on this side, and then you're talking about what's over the side of the building. It's not even in any position to reflect off of that window over there. This is the demonic in plain sight. You also know that it's demonic because after 5 p.m. the fake sun is still right here, seen through this same exact patio glass door, and the entity is keeping the fake sun where the entity is in unit 41 is using their kids to pace around and engineer light and create audible activity while stalking in the path in what is the means of what is, engaging in what is the means of surveillance, including contributing to the delinquency of minors while you're gang stalking by residents and having children engaging in that sex offense. And they're also doing it while they are aware of the fact that they are being documented. They're presenting their children in the evidence where they're going to be prosecuted. The entity is engaging in this pattern of conduct at 9:43 in the morning, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 hours later, the fake sun is still here. Okay, and it is here and not in Los Angeles, and it is here and not in Florida, and it's never possible in Florida. It's also not in Florida now, 3 hours ahead of us at 12:43 p.m. The fake sun is right here. This is requiring that there's more than one sun, and also it is also a scientific fact, and which is at the same time a scientific impossibility that the sun is at the same time over me in Los Angeles. But that's exactly what I'm documenting on at this time of year, where LAPD is gang stalking on a daily basis, and a fake sun is over me while I go to work every day, or while I stay inside of my apartment at 1806 North Alvarado Street, apartment number 6 on the 3rd floor, where the sun rises in alignment to my living room window. The sunset is in alignment to my bedroom window. And the sun is at no point ever departing from being over me at that venue, including on a cloudy day when those clouds part, the fake sun remains over me in Los Angeles. There is no natural environment that would include the sun being over units 33 through 48, where the entity is gang stalking me, and impossible light activity is cascading across Tracy Banks' interior of her apartment while I'm publishing the kidnapping that this same community committed via criminal defamation on June 16, 2022. They're all going to prison in units 33 through 64. The direct evidence of their gang stalking is shown through the reflection of that which is not possibly the sun off of a vehicle parked at this facilitating venue. It's a means of stalking with the fake sun, stalking with engineered light. It's also psychological torture, and you have what is over 9 hours while the fake sun is still here at the end of the day, which you'll recall. You could just pull up the video that's already on YouTube and on the website at thisisthepoc.wordpress.com. The entity is keeping the fake sun here hours later, which is the stationary idle presence of that which is not the natural environment. That's not the sun. It's the evidence of surveillance, and it's of a demonic nature. And these are all psychopaths that are all stalking as a community. AVANATH Capital Management is going to be prosecuted here by the presence of the specific environment where it's profiting off of domestic terrorism in the United States. It is currently 9:45 a.m. This is P.O.C. The address where the fake sun is, where the sun that's over Woodside Senior Apartments is not creating, the sun that's over Alvarado Gardens in Los Angeles is not creating any sunlight on the inside. The sun that is over the apartment that you see here is not the cause of any sunlight that's going to appear in this manner whatsoever. This light actually has nothing to do with this fake sun that's sitting over the top of my head. In the same way that you saw yesterday afternoon, or days ago, I believe it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, the fake sun is right here over this tree at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you saw impossible light on the roof. This is another iteration of the same thing. It's not sunlight. This is evidence of criminal surveillance. It's also the evidence of demon-possessed gang stalkers that are residing at a venue, and they're all going to prison, gang stalking in this building, 33 through 48, and gang stalking in this very building, which is 49 through 64. And as I point out, the entity is under the fake sun and an engineer light, creating amplified booming noise was simultaneity to documentation being captured. This is the evidence disbanding the Ontario Police Department. This is the evidence removing Paul Leon and everyone under his leadership from office. This is the evidence that is removing the Ontario International Airport from operation. It's going to cease to exist. It's a national security threat engaging in domestic terrorism, doing so through what is the use of aerial surveillance using those commercial planes, and every airline is a gang stalker. That is associated with the Ontario International Airport. While this entire property is engaged in psychological torture, and doing so while I'm documenting it in real time is speaking to impunity. They're going to mental asylums and they're going to federal prison, and they will not be getting out. Okay? It is currently 9:47 a.m. The impunity is speaking to the mental illness of the demon-possessed who are being exposed in real time. They are hostile to the fact that there's sexual violence, that their stalking and obsessive behaviors as a community is being exposed. And this is the reality of the demon-possessed, who are a national security threat. They're gang stalking in a community near you, because it's not the sun that's over you while I'm showing it's remaining over me at this very apartment for 9 hours. This is P.O.C. It's 9:48 a.m. and AVANATH Capital Management is going to be prosecuted. RGS employees are going to federal prison. The entity is gang stalking, and I want to be clear, the entity that is gang stalking is speaking to the evidence against the entity that's going to federal prison. For example, at Alvarado Gardens, all 59 units are going to federal prison, while I'm in Ontario juxtaposing what they were doing, which is exactly what I stated when I was subject to it at that time, and the entity was interfering with my constitutional right to have a job and not be subject to domestic terrorism, because they want to murder and kidnap and steal from me. All right, Speaker Companies is being prosecuted when you're looking at what AVANATH Capital Management is engaging in. All right, all the demons gang stalking at Alvarado Gardens by residents are going to federal prison when you're looking at what the people of the state gang stalking by and employment at Woodside City Apartments are engaging in, and it is demonic. This is P.O.C. It is currently 9:48 a.m.